Good morning. Today we will continue to study about the 5 types of clauses. As the first and second classification, we studied about this clause with the intransitive verb. The classification between the first and second types and the third, fourth, and fifth sort of clauses is in whether the verb of the clause is transitive or not. Intransitive or not. Because in the first and second clause, the intransitive verb is applied. In the previous class, we studied about this clause. The building consists of a floor, a column, and a ceiling. We commonly use the verb phrase consists of. In the verb phrase, the verb consist does not have the transitivity. So the speaker can complete the clause with this simple composition, but the speaker can extend the range of the explanation with the application of the preposition of. So the speaker can reveal the fact that the subject of the preposition, the building, is an assertion of the object of the preposition of. So we can understand that the object of the preposition of share the same trait as the subject of the preposition of. The speaker sets the fact as the premise that the object of the preposition of are the ingredient of the subject, the building of the preposition. So the subject of the preposition composed from a part of the entire ingredient is a part included in the object of the preposition. The speaker reveals that the subject, the building, of the intransitive verb consists is the subject-object relationship with the object of the preposition of, but the preposition of, classified as an adverb, does not influence the determination for the type of the clause. So this clause is stated in the first type of clause. This clause is stated with a subject and a verb. And the other part of the clause is classified as a modifier, which is not considered as a constituent of the clause to determine the type of clause among 5. The second type of clause is constituted with a subject, an intransitive verb, and a subjective complement to describe the condition of the subject. The subjective complement describes the condition of the subject. the subjective complement can describe the subject in the two ways. The first way is to describe the condition. And the second way is to define the subject with the indicative word. The first way is implemented by a descriptive word. There is a clause, this meal seems delicious. In this clause, the intransitive verb seems describes the subject, this meal, and the subject, this meal, is described by a descriptive word, delicious. The speaker as the subject to state this clause about the action indicated by the intransitive verb seems conveys the action to the object, this meal. We can understand the speaker who states this clause sees the subject of the clause, this meal, and states the clause. The subject, this meal, as the object of the statement, practices the role as the subject described by the intransitive verb seems. We expand the perspective to interpret this clause from the speaker writing the clause or stating this clause. More precisely, the condition of the subject indicated by the phrase of the noun, this meal, is described by the adjective, delicious, that practices the role of the subjective complement. So this clause is stated in the second type of clause. There's a conference, this meal seems like a masterpiece. In this clause, the preposition like is applied. So we can understand that this clause is stated in the first type of clause. Plus, we understand that the word like is able to be applied as a conjunctive word, conjunctive adverb. So a clause can be stated as a subordinate clause linked by the conjunctive adverb like to the main clause. This meal seems stated in the first type of clause. The speaker signifies the subject-object relationship between the subject, this meal, of the preposition like, and the object, a masterpiece, of the preposition. The object of the preposition is comparable with the subject of the preposition based on the premise that the subject, this meal, of the preposition exists. The preposition like is classified as an adverb, not a constituent. So this clause is stated in the first type of clause, the same as the clause, this meal seems. Let's go back to the original example. The first example. The adjective delicious in the clause stated in the second type of clause